Just get my thoughts together. It's like the intro in the video. Gotta think of everything, the whole segment I'm gonna say, and then say it. That's one cut. That's how I did that. I decided I'm not gonna talk about my whole world because my world's pretty robust, and there's a lot of decisions that I made that doesn't really make sense until I explain the whole thing. And it's really big, so I don't really want to go over it. So I'm just gonna give you like the main things you need to know. The first is it's a sci-fi world, so we're gonna have like futuristic tech, cybernetic limbs, and just like genetic enhancements, stuff like that, sci-fi stuff. And for now, we're gonna say the outskirts is controlled by a bigger city. I'll go into that later, but that is basically what it is. So another thing is the outskirts is a freaking ignoring. The outskirts is an energy factory. Oh, I can't type that. I'm not good on this keyboard. I type on my laptop. Is an energy factory. Is an energy factory for that city. So let me just go and explain how that works. The main piece of technology in my world is called a materializer. So how a materializer works is like matter equals energy, energy equals matter. So they're both like, think of them as the same thing. So if I have this water bottle, I can turn it into pure energy, and I can turn the energy back into my water bottle. So I can work with anything. So I can turn this water bottle into energy, and if the energy is enough to make a phone, which it's not, a phone has a lot more components than a water bottle does, like a battery and a lot more elements to it. So this is just plastic. It's probably not that much energy compared to a phone is. But I could turn a phone into pure energy and make like maybe 5 water bottles with it. You understand how it works? So I concluded that an easy, abundant source of lots of energy is a person, right? So outskirts is essentially a battle royale survival arena where people are sent there and they stay there their whole life until they die, and their corpses are used as energy for the bigger city. Fucked up, I know, but most sci-fi is. And remember, this was a video game. Wait, did I say that? Oh, so when I first made the outskirts idea, it was as a video game because I wanted to make a video game. I like video games, but making a video game is really hard, and I even actually recently tried to turn it into one, but it's still really hard. And I really liked the idea of it being a novel when I was writing it as a novel. So I'm just gonna stick with novel, make a video game later. But for now, I'm just gonna make a novel. So that's why it's like I had to make this battle royale RPG killing PvP game into a book. And this is what I came up with. So one of the most important things about daily life in outskirts is it's kill or be killed, either by people or natural causes. What I mean by that is that when you kill a person, you get points, and when you get points, you can use it to buy like everything. Everything is used to buy points. Points is the currency, and you get points for killing somebody. When you kill somebody, you get their points. When you kill somebody that doesn't have any points, you get like 10. Let's say that. So they just keep stacking up, and you kill somebody, you take all their points. So you can buy food, water, guns, ammo. You basically just need points to survive. And if you don't have points, you're gonna starve to death. There are like supply caches that randomly spawn. In the world, and you can loot them, and you get stuff from it, like food, water, ammo, and everything. Okay, so before I go into more of the world, I want to explain my main antagonist in the beginning, at least. His name is Gainamun, but most people pronounce it China Man. That was like a long running joke that I had with my brother, and yeah, I couldn't throw it away, so I had to keep going with it. So they call him GM for short. And how I came up with GM was if you play video games, GM means Game Master. And he's the Game Master of Outskirts. GM is the lead director for Outskirts, so he's like in charge of everything. He has a final say in everything, and as long as he meets the energy quota for the city, he's alright. And he believes that because of technology's advancements, like it's just making life too easy for people, and it's making people weak. And that's why he's constructed Outskirts in the way he sees it, so that it fits that goal of his, that motivation of his. And that's the reason why everything is made the way it is in Outskirts. Right. Before I talk about my next character, I want to explain how names work in the Outskirts. So when you come into the Outskirts, when you come into the Outskirts, your memory wipes, so you have no recollection of your past, and this helps people disassociate themselves from their past life to start a new one in the Outskirts. So that, I mean, when you come in, you still have like your your core memories, like what you know, really. Like you're not gonna forget what 2 + 2 is. So you gotta know, like when you come in here, things are not the way life is supposed to be. I don't know why everything looks like this. I don't know why there's so much chaos. I don't know where I am. You know, that's gonna be your first thoughts, because you can't place that. That's like your that's just how your brain works. That's what your brain just knows. But you won't remember any personal memories, like your name, or who your family is, or what your job was. You won't remember any personal memories. I actually just looked up the meaning for the name Gaina, and it means a person that is too dependent and are the pushover basically, and also they can become a good leader in industries. So it kind of fit somehow. Funny how ideas work like that. Oh, right. The reason why I was talking about this is so you don't have a name in the Outskirts, which is a pretty hard thing to tackle in writing. But you don't have a name in Outskirts. You're like essentially giving a nickname that everybody just calls you when you get to be known. If you don't have a nickname, you're basically a nobody, and you're probably going to die in the next day. But if you do have a nickname, you're probably really well known, and you're well known for that kind of thing. Like the Decapitator decapitates all of his enemies. And you know he's scary because everybody knows the Decapitator. It's a stupid name, by the way. But a lot of the names are gonna probably sound stupid, but they're just they're organic. It doesn't matter if they sound stupid, as long as they organically created in the story. I'm fine with it. If I can find a way to organically create it. So now I can talk about my next character. Okay, so Hollow is probably the strongest person in the military belonging to the bigger city. Remember, the bigger city is the city that controls the Outskirts. And he's so confident in his abilities that he stays in the Outskirts from time to time just for the fun of it, because he's that kind of guy. And he believes that life is so easy in the bigger city that it's become meaningless, and no one has anything to strive for anymore. And that's why he comes into the Outskirts, is to give himself a challenge, so that he still has something to do. And he wants to enforce his idea upon everybody else. That makes him the villain. He's like, basically this is like my starter, not my starter villain, but he's just the guy that controls everything in the beginning. This guy's my first villain, and then he ramps everything up because he starts getting more drastic, and he eventually starts to ramp up this guy, and they both start to ramp up, and that's the climax. Oh yeah, if you noticed, I actually added more to the plot. There's Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, or the beginning, middle, and end, doesn't really matter. And the important moments in each of those acts is the daily life of the main character, and the inciting incident that happens to the main character, and in the middle act, there's the darkest hour, which usually happens like near the end of it, and then Act 3 has the climax and the resolution. Those are like the most important parts of your story. The rest are like, kind of like gray areas. You can do whatever you want, really, as long as it works. But I think that is enough for this part. And I went in and organized everything just to make it look a little bit better. Alright, thank you for watching.